All right, this is a replay of Kuma. This is the first replay I've done since 0.6.2 patch came out, but it's also the first video since I got a new microphone. Thanks to everybody for putting up with that $5 special that I had before. This other one is a lot nicer though. You can tell by the way it sounds. It's a toner condenser mic, model TN12047 blah blah blah. Anyway, it really does have a much nicer sound to it. There's been a change with the way you do replays with 0.6.2. When you click on your replay, instead of just bringing the replay up, it actually wants you to log in. So if you don't know your password, you're gonna have to go find it, because you cannot view your replays through WoWs without that anymore. Anyway, this battle with the Kuma, it was a pretty fun battle. I think I wound up sinking like 6 ships on it with help from my friends. Now we're going to talk a bit about the Kuma, but you'll notice that I'm pink. Yeah, I screwed up. My fault. What had happened was I sent some torps behind a friendly destroyer, and he was looking at a bad guy, and he slammed on the brakes, put it into reverse, and wound up backing in to my torps. That was my fault, and I apologized. He was cool with it, said thanks, but still I'm pink. And wound up being that way for a while. So let's get into this battle with the Kuma. If you've never played the Kuma, you can be pretty aggressive with the Kuma. You gotta still be careful about your broadside, because your citadel's fairly high above the waterline. In this replay, I'm gonna bounce back between first-person view and overhead view. Kuma's got 7 140mm guns, that's 5.5 inches, with a reload time of 6.5 seconds. Or was it 6? I don't know. But whatever it is, it's really good. Now her dispersion at max range is 118 meters. Max range is 12.4 kilometers. So by the time the enemy gets to within 8, you're going to be basically just pounding the daylights out of them. She carries high explosive and armor piercing shells. High explosive does 2400 damage on a good hit. AP does 2700 damage on a good hit. The shells are flying at 1901 miles per hour. Yeah, real fast. I mean, if I'm right, that's on par with the German cruisers. So while you cannot lob shots over mountains and at long range, you're not going to get any plunging fire, but scoring hits, well, when they are in range, is still pretty easy to do. She also has something that's really sweet. She's got torpedoes with a 7-kilometer range. For a tier 4 ship, that's outstanding. 4 launchers, 2 on the port side, 2 on the starboard side. Each launcher firing 2 torpedoes. 21-inch diameter torpedoes. Max damage 10,833. So very formidable weapons on the Kuma. You just got to be careful not to get shot. Especially from a battleship. You can put up with destroyer fire. That won't hurt you too much. Alright, so external view. I'm going to do some work on this destroyer, and I'm trying to keep my nose fairly pointed at that enemy ship right over there, so hopefully I can bounce a few shells, because I've got shells coming in from 2 directions. Now, I'd much rather get hit by that destroyer than I would that cruiser up ahead of me. If I had slowed down and just kept shooting at that destroyer, I would have gotten another kill. That would have been nice. But that comes with the territory. Sometimes you gotta just do damage and not worry about getting the kill. That's really how you win games. Don't worry about getting the kill. Just no matter where you are, try to do some damage to somebody. I've taken first place in many games where I didn't sink a single boat. But I got first place because I inflicted the most damage. That's where you get your points. So this Omaha is definitely doing well. I'm going to pause the video for a moment. Take a look at the mini-map. You'll see over at EF6 inside the B zone, there's a couple of ships over there, definitely one cruiser, and maybe the enemy destroyer is over there too. Then there's a friendly ship at E7, and then another friendly ship at F8, and me right smack dab in the middle. If you're in the Kuma, that's really about the best place you could possibly be, because the enemy won't be shooting at you, but you can certainly shoot at them. The enemy is ahead right now, but not for long. So that guy got out of range, so okay, we got some over there. I'm gonna go ahead and take a couple pot shots off at them. Maybe I'll get lucky. Oh, that destroyer's almost gone. I think I'll finish him. I know I'm sailing broadside. I shouldn't be doing that. Now take a look at where my shots go through the masts of this friendly battleship. Right between the masts. You gotta be careful when you do that. Hey, you got another kill. And a torp hit right on. Be really careful. If one of my shells had even clipped one of his masts, I'd have to go another 5 battles before I got rid of this darn pink paint job I've got on me. Felt really bad about that. But I do take some risks here and score a kill and did not harm a friend. Definitely don't want to harm a friend. So now there's this Omaha that just got taken out by one of our friendlies. We have taken the lead. We don't have any caps yet, but we have sunk 3 ships. Now that is a St. Louis that I'm shooting at. That is a formidable ship. I believe it's tier 3. But if you ever see one, remember what they look like. As these guys have more guns than they know what to do with, and a very fast reload. And they're armored. They're just slow. So we're going to go ahead and work on him. I'm trying to get my nose more or less pointed at him, as if he decides to open up on me, I want to try and bounce some shells. I did send torpedoes his way. Those torpedoes, by the way, have a speed of 57 knots. And there they are, and he's going to sail right in between them. Good sailing. Good sailing. The torpedo turrets can rotate 180 degrees, which is really good, and they can do it in just 7.2 seconds. So the torpedoes on this thing are scary fast for rotation. 57 knots is pretty respectable too. So I'm going into this battleship, and that's a pretty terrible idea. Still, there was nothing better to go after that I could see. Now I set them on fire. What's really cool about setting other ships on fire is once they put that fire out, if you set them on fire again anytime soon, they can't put the next fire out. It's going to take a while for them to get their damage control parties rested. Now someone just hit me. So right here, although it doesn't pop up on screen, I was contemplating some torpedo shots. I decided against it. And I'm glad I decided against it. But he's still burning. And I think they're going to give me the kill on this, because of all the fire damage I did to him. Yep. Once again, it doesn't matter how many kills you get. It's how many times you can really inflict damage and how much that damage totals. No matter where you go, just look for somebody to shoot at. So he is 8.5 kilometers away. I have a range of 7 on my torpedoes, but he's closing fairly quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and send a couple torpedoes his way. And I set him on fire, and he put it out. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and send some torps. Now he's at 7 kilometers, even though he's closing range. But I've got to turn my attention north because there are 2 ships moving in on me. Remember those 2 torpedoes you see on the left side of your screen. We're going to come back to that in a minute. There are the torpedoes you can see behind the island, and boom! Caused flooding, sunk him. Oh yeah. Torpedoes, gosh, they're great weapons in this game. And you can see the dispersion on these rounds I'm putting out. He's at 5.5 kilometers, and the shells are just, there's hardly any dispersion to them. Got another one. Right on. So now that's a battleship. If he decides to go after me with those guns, I'll be in big trouble. So I'm going to get on this rudder here. Not crash into the island. I do have some captain skills on the Kuma. I've got priority target, which lets me know how many people are aiming at me. High alert, which reduces the reload time of the damage control party by 10%. And survivability, which takes 15% off the time needed to repair, put out fires, flooding recovery, that sort of thing. I've also got the B-hull on this thing. It has more hit points and more anti-aircraft. Well, that's it. That is the Kuma with a new microphone. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and have fun playing World of Warships. This is a great game. Yep. There's 6. Alright. Thank you.